everybody, and welcome back. This week we're going to continue to look at things that can hinder or destroy our friendships or relationships. There's an old saying that goes, to live above with those that we love, oh how that will be glory. But to live below with those we know is quite a different story. We all came into this world in families. We have to fit into society and schools and all kinds of organizations or teams. There was a study by Carnegie Institute that found that 60 to 80% of people who were fired because of social problems, while only 20 to 40% were fired due to their incompetence. In other words, most people are fired because of relationship troubles. In the field of engineering, actually, 15% of one's success is technical knowledge, and the other 85% is one's ability to get along with others. So, relationships are important, and they are difficult, and learning to work with people and love people, it's definitely a skill, right? All over America, we slap down millions of dollars every day to read magazines about people. We buy CDs full of music about people and relationships. We go to concerts just to watch people, right? We watch TV all about people and relationships. We read novels even about imaginary people because real people aren't enough anymore. And even the conversations that we have day to day are mostly about people. In fact, our fascination or our passion for people is one of the things that makes us like God. God loves people. And for Jesus, when he came here, he became a people, and he moved down here and lived among people, right? He was both God and man, but he chose to come down here and live on people turf and experience life the way we experience it because he loved us. He could have stayed up there in glory where things were perfect, right? But he chose to come here. So, in short, Jesus, who is in the people business, invites us into the people business to join him in his work. In fact, one of the most godlike things we can do is treat people the way Jesus treated them. So, since we were very interested in people, and everybody knows that everybody's interested in people, when we choose to focus instead on things or ideas or tasks or status or institutions, we can do some serious damage to the people that are around us, especially when they know we are supposed to be in the people business like Jesus. Lynn Anderson tells this story. I had a new coworker. They had only been in the office for a few weeks, but I noticed that something just wasn't clicking. It didn't seem to be going right for them. So I sat down to speak with her, and I was hoping to help her work out all of her problems. I said, something seems to be bothering you. Can I help? I wasn't prepared for what she said to me next. You are plastic, she said, for openers. You say you want this church to be open, but you aren't. You are inaccessible and insensitive. You constantly break your appointments because you're too busy doing everything you want to do. And you make everybody around you and all the people in this office feel like peons. You are supposed to be our spiritual leader, but I see you as completely unapproachable. I was stunned, he said. I thought, me? Unapproachable? No way. I tried to deny it. I tried to rationalize it, and I tried to blame everybody else. But really, I knew deep down she was right. How did this happen? I thought. I looked honestly at the last few months of my life, and I realized they had been a blur. My calendar was as full as a city dump, and I had too many speaking engagements and too much travel. I was writing a new book, I was helping to launch a journal, I was teaching classes, and I had started working at a new church. And as I had gotten more and more busy, I became less and less available. and more self-absorbed. I had let myself become task-driven. For months, I had completely neglected all the people around me, and I had left a wake of hurt and disillusioned body in my path. I was jeopardizing everything I really believed was most important in my life, and I was drifting toward a total disaster. There was nothing left for me to do but to start apologizing to everybody one by one and start the task of getting my life back on track. Think about this, okay? When the crowds asked Jesus, "What's the greatest commandment?" He said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength." That didn't rock any boats. It was the Shema. That ended all the good synagogue meetings, and Jewish men had likely quoted that thousands of times. It was comfortable it was comfortable to them, and it's comfortable to us, as long as loving God is an abstract idea aimed at no particular target. Everybody is okay. Business as usual. Church just goes on, right? But Jesus added a little something to that. He said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." Oops, things just changed, right? Wait just a minute here, things were great the way they were, right? Loving God has really nice religious ring to it, and it can be very comfortable and easy as long as that's kept abstract, and that's the way we like it. But that little bitty line that Jesus said slammed that abstract right into oblivion. Jesus just targeted the teaching. He made it practical, and he aimed it at real people. We cannot just put on and take off our religion like we do our clothes. We have to be careful not to set our faith up on the same shelf as the dusty Bible we leave there while feeling holy and right. Jesus' teachings get both personal and practical. The way Jesus put it, our love for God is not expressed in building the biggest building in town, okay? Not expressed by sitting in pews, listening to a very highly educated dude talk to us about what the Bible is supposed to say. And then we go on our merry way, patting ourselves on the back because we did our time in his house that we built, listening to what we paid for, and now we can go on with our business, living our lives however we choose every day because that's our free time. That's not what Jesus taught at all. In other words, if being with God on Sunday doesn't make you better with people on Monday, right? You missed it. You've missed something. Okay, if we really love God, the first ones to benefit from that will be our family, our friends, and our neighbors. That complicates things, right? Especially when you consider that who Jesus considers to be your family or your neighbors. That's pretty much everybody, pretty much. So, Andrea, what about the grumpy ones, right? What about the ones that are impossible to please? What about the mean ones? What about the lazy ones, right? Well, Linus from Peanuts said it best as far as I'm concerned. I love the world. It's the people I can't stand. But John 4:20 says, "For anyone who does not love his brother, whom he has seen, cannot love God, whom he has not seen." Ouch, right? Ooh, that hurts. Yeah, that's deep. John takes us on a journey with him to see Jesus' encounters with people. And we should take advantage of that. And I encourage you this week to get into the book of John and to read it, right? Number 1, religious people, Nicodemus. Number 2, self-righteous people, the Pharisees. Number 3, abandoned people, the woman at the well. Number 4, frightened people, the woman caught in adultery. Number 5, sad people, Mary and Martha at their brother's tomb. Number 6, lonely people, the handicapped fellow by the pool. Number 7, mistreated people, the blind beggar by the road, right? There's a common thread here among all of these different people. You guessed it, they're all people. So, they could have been your neighbors, they could have been your family, they could have been your friends, they could have been you. In the Gospels, we get the opportunity to see Jesus follow his own commandments, and you get to watch him love the way he loved himself, right? And you'll want to live like that. You'll want to be like him. There's a very famous story in the Bible about two sisters named Mary and Martha. Jesus comes to their house. Martha is busy attending to every detail, and Mary sits down with Jesus like she was one of the guests, right? Martha, very irritated at this, says, "Lord, you don't care that my sister has left me to do all this work by myself? Tell her to come and help me." That's in Luke 10:40. This is not an uncommon situation, I don't believe, for Jesus. Many people want to be his favorite so they can get what they want from him, while ignoring exactly what he wants. Okay? He says something to Martha he doesn't want her to miss. In fact, he says her names 2 times, so don't miss this either. This is for Martha, and this is for you and me, when we get like Martha. "Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen the part which is better, and it will not be taken from her." He addresses Mary, but not the way Martha expected or wanted, right? He commends Mary. That makes no sense to a task-driven Martha. It was not what she expected, right? In fact, without true heart change, these words will never, ever make any sense to you at all. Jesus is not for equal rights. Surprise, he's not. All these people out there telling you that? Nope, he's not for equal rights. He is all about entering people's hearts. That's what he's about. He is not about choosing a side, okay? He's about changing our priorities so that we are on his side, okay? He is not about impressing our guest. He's about impacting their lives. That is what your church is for, to impact lives, not impressing all the people that walk in the door. Impressing them is not going to do them any good at all. What they need is heart change. Okay, these words are critical for living our lives the way Jesus wants us to. Relationships are eternal, okay? People are eternal. Things are temporary. Situations, again, temporary, okay? It is never the other way around. Things are to be used in order to love and help people, not people being used because we love things and we want to amass them, okay? Things, whether they are activities or objects, must never come between us and God or us and people, okay? When a hostess cannot spare time to sit down with her guest, demonstrating that she is both honored that they are there and she is welcoming their conversation, right? And if she does not do this, right, then she has missed the entire point of entertaining. Why bring someone over? Just to make them, feel like you don't even care if they're there. You don't want your friends to come to your house just to see your house. Or I wouldn't think you would. You want your friends to come to your house to see you. You want people to come over to or to be where you are because they enjoy being in your presence and you enjoy being in their presence and you can help one another. Okay? Things are good, and it's good to go out of your way to make things beautiful and to make them nice, because you want people to be comfortable. And not just that, you want people to know that you take time to notice the things about them, right? Or that they're not imposing, that when they come in, you have something for them. Like a couple of weeks ago, we did a Bible study in the home of one of our members, who's also a friend of mine, Miss Georgina. And one of the things, I have this highly specialized, really terrible diet right now because of some of the sicknesses and things that I've been going through. So I'm pretty much expected to just go in and, you know, do the Bible study, and it was going to be great. I knew she was going to have snacks and things, but I never expected there to be anything for me. I just didn't, you know. And I was so surprised, almost overwhelmed, really. Me and Jada both. Jada's doing the diet with me. That Georgiana had one of our very favorite things, coconut rolls, which are terribly hard even for us to find. And we love them. It's pretty much our snack of choice. And she had coconut rolls and fruit. She had several things that we could eat. We were shocked. But the thing is, it made us feel so at home there. You know, it made us feel like we were welcome, and not just welcome, but wanted. You know, and it is important for a person to feel welcomed and wanted. So you should always do those things. But you shouldn't compromise having any time with them because you're so busy trying to make everything perfect. And moving on. So let's see. How many times have we sacrificed things that were eternal, okay, on the cheap altar of temporary business, and we forfeited the love and the grace that could have been shared and could have been received because we were so busy, right? Luke 10:39 shows that Mary understood it. She sat at the Lord's feet and she listened to what he had to say, okay? She listened. Close friends, listen closely. While Mary listened, Martha served. Serving is important. Jesus said, "Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant." That's Matthew 20:26. But serving is not everything. And it's not all that we need to do. We have to listen too. And we have to find a balance between serving and listening, right? Martha demonstrated her love by opening up her home. She did. And by serving Jesus. But while she was giving with one hand, she was busy focusing on herself and her situation the whole time. So we have to be very careful of that, right? Mary understood that something more was needed for Jesus than serving him. She needed to be listening. She was being present in the present. She was making memories that would last for the rest of her life. She was encountering something that was going to change everything in her life, right? So again, here we are, back to where we were a few weeks ago. Be present in the present. That's where we miss it so much. We miss our moments, we lose them, and then we're lost, right? I remember a few years ago, I stopped taking pictures of everything. For one thing, my phone, two of my phones died before I ever got all the pictures off of them, so I totally lost all those. And also, I figured out I was missing all the fun. I was always behind the camera. I was taking pictures of everything, but I wasn't enjoying anything. Like, it is much more fun to ride in a horse carriage through Christmas lights and look around and go, ooh and ah, and laugh and joke with everybody else than it is to be the one holding the video camera the whole time, right? And so we have become so dependent, like on our phones, on technology, on all this stuff, that we are missing the moments that build relationships, that help us to pour our love and attention into other people. And instead, we're all just drifting, and we're lonely. And somebody has to stop. Some of us have to stop the crazy train, right? So this week's friendship challenge is to remember, number one, needs are varied like people, right? But one is very basic. People need to feel like they're important, not in general, but personally and to you, right? What do you do to make people feel important? Some examples. Number one, do you call them by their name so that they know you know who they are? Number two, do you go out of your way to greet people when you see them? Number three, this one, so important. Do you listen closely when other people are speaking to you? Okay? So this week's challenge, I want you to hold your tongue. That's right. Hold your tongue. Don't butt in. And really listen intensely to people that you don't normally listen to. Okay, we all know we do it, right? We're on the phone and we've got 12 other things going on, and we get right in that little lane where we're going, yeah, huh? Yeah, yeah, right. Don't do that this week. None of that for us, right? We have people that just, we all are surrounded by them. And listen, this week, your job, listen. Okay, so that's your friendship challenge. Okay, discipleship challenge this week. Observe the attitude of someone whose job it is this week to serve you, right? Your waitresses when you go out to eat, sales clerks at the stores, etc., whomever, Walmart employee, anyone, whoever is serving you, okay? Your Bible study teacher, right? Your pastor, whoever is serving you, every time, observe their attitude and spend a little time speaking to that person, right? Thanking them for the good job they're doing, right? Expressing, whatever. You look lovely today. You have a nice shirt. Just listen. And be present in the present and be thankful for what they're doing for you. Fill out a positive review form if there's one, right? Nobody likes to take the time to do that. This week, that's your job. Fill out positive review forms. Help people, right? And watch what their response is. Chances are that not a lot of people pay attention to them. Chances are they've been having a really rough day, right? Both of my girls work at Sonic, and they're in the service industry, and I can tell you that a lot of their customers aren't that great. So, the thing is, and I've done it myself. I waited tables when I was younger. I've done several jobs. I was retail management for a long time in my 20s. So, the thing is, it is our job, right, to represent Jesus. And we need to become mindful of the way that Jesus treated people. And that's something we're going to start looking at here in this class, because we're talking about friendships and relationships and things of that nature, so that we're going to look into more in depth and into the way that Jesus treated people. But watch their response and see how much of a difference that you make. Instead, they may walk away with a smile, right? And that would be great. So, bridge builders are humble people. They focus on coming alongside of another person. They know that they are different, but not better than others. And they have empathy, and they are able to find common ground. We need to be bridge builders, okay? Jesus was a bridge builder. Wall builders, okay? Wall builders are proud, okay? They are focused on fixing people. They don't listen. They just want to fix you, right? They have an answer for everything, okay? They look at how different and hopeless other people are if they weren't around, right? And they act as if they are better or more special to God. We don't want to be that way, right? So this week, be focused on being a bridge builder, okay? And that's pretty much all I have for you. So thanks for watching, and remember, friendships are valuable, and I'll see you next week.